This video, we're going to see how to use oxidation numbers to help us predict if a reaction is a redox reaction or not. So all you have to do is really find the oxidation numbers of the reactants and the products and compare to see if there are any changes. If there are changes in the oxidation numbers of elements or substances within the reaction, from reactants to products, then you know that it's redox. If there are no changes, then it's not redox. So for example, here we have a reaction. We want to determine if it's redox or not. What we do is we find the oxidation numbers of each substance. So we have NiO, this is oxygen, -2 and +2. Carbon solid is simply 0. NiS, 0 on the other side. -2 here and +2 here. If you look carefully, nickel, what happened to it? It went from +2 to 0. So nickel was reduced. That's what happened, the change. Whereas C stayed the same. No, C did not stay the same. O stayed the same, that's fine. But you'll see that C changed. C went from 0 to +2. So C was oxidized instead. Ni, the compound that contained Ni here, is therefore the oxidizing agent since it was reduced. And C is the reducing agent since it was oxidized. The main point is that because the oxidation numbers changed from one side to the other, this is considered a redox reaction. Try the other one, pause the video, and then unpause and take a look if you're on the right track. So what you have to notice here is that these here, O2 and H2, they're elements, so their oxidation numbers are 0 each. But then if you go to the other side, you'll see oxygen has -2 and hydrogen has +1 from the rules. So what happened to H? Well, H went from 0 to +1, and O went from 0 to -2. So, what that means is that the H was oxidized and the O is reduced. So the H is the reducing agent and the O is the oxidizing agent. But the point, again, is that because there was a change in the redox numbers from reactants to products, that means that this was a redox reaction. So understand that not all reactions have to be redox reactions. The way to determine that is by comparing the oxidation numbers on the reactants and the products to see if there's a change. If there was no change, then there's no oxidizing agents, there's no reducing agents, there's no oxidation reduction. Therefore, you say no redox. But in this case, both of them have redox. So you need to do some practice problems here. The answer keys can be found online. Attempt these. It'll help you practice the oxidation numbers and also how to classify reactions as redox or not.